Hello, this is an overview of using Google Maps. It will incorporate a couple of different Google products, but if you are logged in and you go to the Google Apps, test it right here, and you go to Maps, it will bring you to what you might already kind of use to navigate around. This is the public interface, but to create a map that's connected with your Google account, you go to Menus, and then go to Your Places. So here you can personalize it again for your own use, and you can create maps here. So under My Places, Maps, and then down at the bottom, Create Map. So this brings you to a generic Google map with the generic base layer. And as you go to add points to your map, you can do it on this main layer, or you can have different layers of information. We'll kind of go into that. So it's always a good idea to start with a title. So some favorite places. And again, if you make this a public map, this description would help you to have your map be discoverable. So for the time being, whenever you create a map, it is private until you make it public, until you choose to share it. So here we have that you're going to be using at least one layer on your map on top of this base map. Later we can always talk about sharing, and then this allows you to kind of preview the map the way other people would see it. So let's start with this first layer that goes on top of the base map, and we'll call this one New York City sites. Now notice it's offering you the option to import. We'll import on a second layer, but I wanted to show you how you can add points to your map in a couple different ways. One is that you can use what's already in Google to help you narrow down and find what it is that you're doing. So let's go ahead and type in Empire State Building. So as you can see, it uses Google Maps to find how Google Maps has located Empire State Building. So this is where you can add this Google icon to your local map. So by clicking Add to Map, it automatically puts it over in this first layer here. Now you can automatically just keep the information that was brought in from Google Maps, or you can remove it. Sometimes I like to copy some of the information if I think it's helpful, but you can remove that information. So now you're left with kind of a blank slate. So here I can say that information and say a little something about it. This building changes the colors of the lights according to some events both in NYC and the nation. For more, look at the Time Out New York ESB column. And save. I can also add in an image. So here is where you have a few different things. So you can take a picture, you can upload a picture by dragging in here. You can go to your photos, that's using the Google Plus app. You could take a picture of your web camera, or you can upload not just images, but you can embed YouTube videos or image searches limited to the Google search interface, or you could add things from your Google Drive. I'm going to add in some information. I'm going to look through my photos and drag and drop them into this area. So it's going to automatically kind of compress it, resize it to make it a smaller photo. I can add more than one photo if you want. I can also add a little bit more information. This view of Empire State Building is from the east side of New York City. Okay, and save. It is a good idea to make sure that you, especially because you're effectively publishing this map, that you have copyright to the photos. So it's also a good idea here to say photo credit KG Shaughnessy, and then you could say all rights reserved, or you just basically you're giving credit to yourself. And you could let them know if it's a Flickr account or something along those lines. But you want to make sure that you're using non-copyrighted photos. And so you're taking your own photos or you're getting public domain photos.